Can you imagine having to make a choice between your job and looking after your young child? Because it just doesn't make any financial sense to work. This is the reality of many families in the UK. We as a family, we've had to use different childcare options such as nursery, family and friends to cater for the needs of our children when we were not available. Recent data from the OECD, which is the Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development, shows that the UK has one of the most expensive childcare costs. Isn't that interesting? Hello, you're welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Yemisi Adedeji. Here I share about faith and I give information about life in the UK, and I also give guidance to help you settle into the UK, whether as a student, a professional, or a family. So if you're new here, kindly subscribe to my YouTube channel for insightful videos, and a very big thank you to my returning subscribers. In this video today, I will be telling you everything you need to know about childcare options in the UK. Have you recently moved to the UK and you're expecting a baby, or you have young children, or are you thinking of coming to the UK? There are so many childcare options you need to consider. It's better to get informed and start making your plans so you can know what particular kind of childcare suits your family needs and budget. So, who needs childcare in the UK? Children from the age of 0 to 5-year-old need childcare because you as parents will be working and your children will need to be looked after. In the United Kingdom, education is free from the age of 4, which is when primary school starts in the UK. So your child would be able to start primary school in the September after their 4th birthday. Take for example, our own daughter was born in October, so that means she needed another extra year of childcare before she could start school. Also, children from 3-year-old would get 15 hours childcare support from the government, so they'll have 15 hours for free. Whatever childcare option that your children are using after their 3rd birthday, they will be getting 15 hours free from the government before they start primary school. If you're a low-income family with a 2-year-old child, you might be able to get 15 hours free. However, you have to check on the gov.uk website that you qualify for it. Most immigrants wouldn't, because by the time you and your husband are working, your salary would be more than the range. Please check that your salary would fall in the range that is expected for a low income family. So we'll be looking at the different childcare options, and I will be, telling you the advantages and disadvantages. I have not included cost in this video because where you live in the UK will determine the kind of childcare costs that will be available to you. So the first childcare option we will be looking at is childminders. Childminders are caregivers who help look after your child within the comfort of their own home. Most of them are usually licensed caregivers, so they are Ofsted registered. So if you have 15 hours, you could use it with them. Childminders are also very flexible, so they can help you pick or drop off your child from school. Another advantage of childminder is that they are open during school holidays, so you can use them during school holidays. But the disadvantage with childminder is if the childminder is sick or they have to go on holiday, then you have to find another childcare option. The next childcare option is nurseries. Nursery is a more structured learning environment, and they're able to provide childcare for children from 0 to 5 years old. Some nurseries will take children from 4 months. Some nurseries will take children probably from 3 months. There are some nurseries that would also take children from 1 month. So it all depends on what kind of care is available with the nursery. There are some nurseries that are associated with your workplace or the university. When I was doing my PhD, there was a nursery in the university, so we got a subsidized rate. So check your workplace or your university. If they have nurseries, staff and students will always get a subsidized rate. So the nursery usually opens say from 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. and they're usually open between working hours, so parents can always use it. The only disadvantage with nursery is they are much more expensive than the childminder. With the nursery as well, once your child is 3 years old, they can start using their 15 hours. But be sure to know what nursery you would like your child to attend. I've heard of people who have had to get on nursery waiting lists before they even had their baby because most nurseries are full. I remember our daughter had to wait months before she could get into the university nursery because the university nursery was definitely oversubscribed. So if you didn't get on the waiting list on time, you won't be able to get a space there. I know of families who, never allowed their kids to attend nursery because they always had someone to look after their children. So their kids were being looked after by their family member or friends until they were 3 years old when they'll be eligible for the government 15 hours free. And this was just all about their budget. With nursery as well, you can have a term time contract or out of term contract. So say when you have other children, your youngest child can have a term time contract so that when your other children are on holiday, your youngest child can also be at home with their siblings, and that is always very good. So that saves you some money. So you need to be able to know if you want a term time contract or an out of term contract. The next childcare option is nanny. A nanny is someone who looks after your child in the comfort of your home. So it means this can be a full-time job or this can be a part-time job. Full-time meaning the nanny can live with you or they can come on a daily basis. With nannies, you will be their employer, so you'll be responsible for paying their tax and NI. So sometimes nannies can always be on the high side. Next childcare option is live-in au pair. I hope I got that right. Live-in au pair. So live-in au pair is also like the nanny. They live with you. But with live-in au pair, you don't pay them like a salary. You give them like a pocket money because the live-in au pair is like, someone living with you and they integrate into your family, become part of, your family. They almost become like a family member. You are like their host family with the live-in au pairs. And this can sometimes be, cheaper. Live-in au pairs can come from any country. I've heard of live-in au pairs who have been employed from a different country to come to the UK. The family that they are coming to live with serve as their host family. So with live-in au pairs, unfortunately, you can't use the 15 hours free because they are living with you. They're helping you to look after your child. The next childcare option, which seemed to be the cheapest option, is family and friends. You can use your family and friends to help you look after your child. I have never done this, but I've heard, of friends who live in the same area and they pick up their children in turns and then they look after each other's children. They support each other when they live in the same area. Also, you can invite your family from your home country to come to the UK to help you look after your child. A very big thank you to all our wonderful grandmas out there, who leave their home country and come, to the United Kingdom to support us. We have been privileged, to use our grandmas as well to come and support us and help us look after our children. The first time we had our grandma come to the UK to look after our daughter was in full-time nursery. We took her out of nursery within the 4 months that grandma was here. We just went to the nursery manager and said, look, we spent so much money bringing our grandma to the UK, we would like to take our daughter out of nursery for this number of months. The manager said, oh, we can't guarantee her space. We would give her space to someone else. So we had to reduce the number of days she went in. So instead of the whole week, we reduced the number of days to Mondays and Thursdays. So she was going in only Mondays and Thursdays. So within the time we had grandma with us, we saved a bit of money. So invite a family to come and help you look after your children. That is the cheapest option. Unfortunately, of course, you can't use your 15 hours for that. This will be, based on relationship and all of that. The next childcare option is Sure Start Children's Center. The Sure Start Children's Center is a one-stop shop where you can have everything mother and child. Usually this childcare option, I think, is quite an old one because I tried to research about this and most of them, I think, have been closed. So most of the children's center at the moment will not allow you leave your child. You can only go there to go for trainings, to go for seminars. Like when I was on maternity leave, I always went to the childcare center we have here in my local council because they had different seminars about breastfeeding. They also have different activities for toddlers. They have a timetable. So find out in your local council what children's center you have. But I think there are not so many around these days because I remember I went for an appointment for a daughter and then one of the staff was telling me, oh, we need to make sure that we can keep this children center going because there are so many of them that are closed now. And so we need to be able to show that we have the need for it. So you might not find children's centers everywhere, but wherever you find it is always a good place, to go have a play. Your children can connect with other children, you as a mother as well. It's always a good, mother-child time. It's a nice place to go to connect with other mothers, to meet with people in your local area. The next childcare option is preschool. A preschool is focused on preparing a child for primary school. So preschools are usually 3 to 5 years old. So you can find a preschool in two places. A preschool can be in a nursery setting and a preschool can be in a school setting. A preschool that is in a nursery setting would provide you with a wraparound care. Wraparound care meaning you can take your child there as early as 6:30 a.m. for some nurseries, and you will pick your child up at 6 p.m. Our daughter went to a preschool that had a nursery setting where they could provide us with a wraparound care because then I wasn't driving, I had to use the bus. So by 6:30 I get her to the nursery, my husband is on his way to work, and then by 6 p.m. whoever gets home first picks her up. So she went to a preschool that provided a wraparound care, which means they had a nursery with their preschool. While a preschool that is in a school setting will not provide wraparound care. The preschool will start when a school starts and would also end when the school ends, except if they would allow you to take breakfast club or after school club, because with that it's in a school setting and school usually starts probably 8:30, 8:40 depending on the school, and most schools would close 3 p.m, 3:15 or 3:30 p.m depending on the school. A preschool has a play-based curriculum which aims to enhance your child's social skills, learning skills, and school readiness. So it helps you prepare your child for school. Sometimes people have, taken their child out of a nursery setting preschool to a school setting preschool because they want their child to get a place in that school. That is also another advantage. If you take your child to a preschool that is associated with a primary school, it is easier to get a school place in that school. I'm going to be making a video about schools and how to apply for a school place and all of that, but I hope you've been able to get the difference between a preschool that is in a nursery setting and a preschool that is in a school setting. I've had to use those words so that you'll be able to understand. With preschool, you can use your 15 to 30 hours. The only disadvantage with preschool, which you already know, is your child will close when the school closes. And then when the school is on holiday, your child will also be on holiday. But when you use the preschool that has a wraparound care, your child will still be able to go to that preschool during the holiday because, like I said, they have like a nursery setting. So they are running all year round. So the final and best childcare option is you. Yes, you are the best childcare option ever. And I just want to say a very big well done to you for looking after your child in this UK. It is not easy to look after your own child when you have to go to work and all that. So I would really advise, plan your holiday, plan your leave around your child. So say if you see that you're coming to the end of your maternity leave and you really can't afford taking your child to any of the childcare options, the best thing you can do is bring a family member. Or if it's possible for you to, change your timing at work. The good thing is most employers are very, very understanding when it comes to childcare and all of that. So you can always make an arrangement with your line manager to, work early, work late kind of arrangement, that will help you to be able to support your family. Or you and your spouse can arrange if, if you have a kind of job that is rotated, you factor that in. Or can one person work overnight? With that, you will be able to save a little bit of money on childcare costs. And don't forget, connect with people. Sometimes people have their grandmas around, people have their friends around, that can always help you. I know sometimes once you have people around, you're like, oh, that's it, I'll keep working and working. No, your child still needs you. All of these childcare options are available to you, but you are the best childcare option a child can ever have. So be available for your child. Good news. To help carers and parents who work, the government will be expanding childcare support from April 2024. So whether you're an immigrant, you're a citizen, or you have an indefinite leave to remain, as long as you have a job, as long as you're working, you will be eligible for 15 hours free childcare support. That's good news. It's a lot of good news. Can you choose the right childcare option for your family? This will depend on your family need and your family budget. So when do you need the childcare support? You really need to think ahead, to plan ahead, because the demand for childcare places is very high. So if you're coming to the end of your maternity leave and you know your child will be going to either a nursery or a childminder, you need to start checking months ahead so that if you're on a waiting list, then by the time you need it, hopefully you would have moved up the waiting list, or then you can use a childminder. Our nursery didn't have a place for us when we were ready for our daughter to go into nursery. So we had to use a childminder before we got the place. So, you have to plan on time. Also, if your child have a special need, You just always need to let the childminder or the nursery know the needs of your child, and all their needs will be met. So let me know in the comment section below what childcare option you've used. Which of them are you planning to use? If you have any question, pop it in the comment section and let's have a chat. So I hope this video has enlightened you about the childcare options in the UK. If you have not subscribed to my channel, what are you waiting for? Come on, join the community. Just press the subscribe button. It's free, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of my videos. Like this video. Please let me know in the comment section what childcare options you've used in the past or you're planning to use, or if there's any other childcare option that I haven't mentioned in this video that you are aware of. Please let me know in the comment section. All the best. Thank you very much, and I look forward to connecting with you in my next video. Thank you. No limits. God bless you.